Why I think Jon Jones is the worst fighter in the entire UFC. First of all, let me preface what I'm saying. I don't think Jon Jones skillfully is the worst fighter in the entire UFC. But what he's done to the heavyweight and light heavyweight division by ruining it time and time again just shows he's not a businessman. Let me tell you guys and show you guys what I mean. Jon Jones champion, Tom Aspinall interim champion. There's an interim champion and a champion in the same division. They should fight each other. Instead, the interim champion, Tom Aspinall, has to defend his interim belt against Curtis Blades in UFC 304 in England. Which is crazy, first of all. And Jon Jones is defending his championship belt against Stipe Miocic, who's coming off a loss, and his last fight was in UFC 260. UFC 260. It was about it was about 3 years ago. It was more than 3 years ago that UFC 260 happened. Stipe Miocic has been on layoff for 3 years. I don't know how he's ranked 6 still. He's not even an active fighter. But, dude, I don't know how Stipe Miocic is there. But Jon versus Stipe is not the fight to happen. Jon is going to retire after the Stipe match, which is unfortunate. He is a good fighter. But Aspinall has to defend his belt, potentially lose his interim belt, which is technically still a belt. There's 2 champions in the heavyweight division, which is not right. There needs to only be one. And usually interim belt is just there when the champion cannot fight. The moment Jon Jones steps in the ring again with Stipe Miocic, Tom Aspinall will no longer have the interim belt. The interim belt is a belt for when the champion cannot fight. And so when the champion does fight, that belt means nothing. And Jon Jones will put the division into layover until about 2025. He wants to fight in Madison Square Garden August 9th. Then probably going to retire. Then when he does retire, Aspinall or Curtis Blades, if he wins against Aspinall in 304 at July 27th, he will be champ, which is really just unfair, because Aspinall has to defend his interim belt. Now let's talk about what happened at light heavyweight when Jon, just did Jon Jones things. So if you go to Jon Jones ESPN, boom, fight history, we go through this. Alright, so obviously why I think he's a bad fighter. DQs, dirty fighter. Arguably lost to Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes. Arguably lost in the first Alexander Gustafsson fight. He is just not that type of fighter. But he is a good fighter. I'll give him that. He is a fantastic fighter. But right here, no contest. Steroids. He held up the light heavyweight division. Before Alex Pereira, this division was in mad mess. For the belt, Magomed Ankalaev and Jan fought for the belt, and the fight was a draw, as you can see by their one at the end. Um, it was a draw. So then Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prohaska happened, and wait, no. So Glover Teixeira got the belt, and then after he got the belt, he got the belt against Jan Blachowicz, which was a very good win. Then after that, he fought Yuri, lost, but then after the loss, Yuri had to vacate his belt due to injury. So then he fought Jamal Hill for it. Boom. And loses pretty badly. But what this shows is, well, the belt was going from time to time. Jon Jones stopped the division. He just suddenly just said, "Alright, I'm out, peace." And division fell to pieces. Exactly what the heavyweight division is going to do, because Jon Jones was not that active as a fighter. I mean, he was active from time to time, but really wasn't all that active as you want a champion to be. But I also think he's a really stupid, dirty fighter. Actually, not stupid. He's a very smart fighter. But he fights dirty. Jon Jones eye pokes. They changed the glove 2 times because of this guy. 2 times. New versus old UFC gloves. You go check this, and boom. Not the Bellator gloves. But you go here, and this is a pretty okay. The one on the left is the new gloves. The one on the right is the old gloves. Reason why this little pad here is now like a thing instead of the old ones. This dude right here. He would just poke at you. He was known for being a dirty fighter with his eye poke. This is him to, I believe, Glover Teixeira, but it's just eye poke. He did it to basically every fighter he fought. He is the dirtiest fighter ever. He caused a new glove change, which I think is not needed, because the amount of knockouts with these gloves are significantly less with the old gloves. So yeah, that's why I think Jon Jones is the worst fighter and Chael Sonnen is the best fighter ever.